Alexander, Rules Wrestling Corner, and this is the Universe Mode. MJF is here, set to address Smackdown. I know it's been a while since you have seen me here on Smackdown, here in Universe Mode. I've been celebrating, I've been filming a few movies for Happy Gilmore 2 and everything like that. But I am the World Heavyweight Champion. We're on the road to SummerSlam, and I cannot wait to see who my first challenger will be. Oh, wait a minute. There's Mr. Money in the Bank. CM Punk is here. Max, I know that you have been celebrating as world champion, but if I were you, I would not celebrate for much longer. I am Mr. Money in the Bank, and it's been a while since I have held gold in WWE. I am intending to cash in that contract, and Max, it could very well be against you. Oh! Well, the World Heavyweight Champion attacking Mr. Money in the Bank, CM Punk, and we're going to have a fight on our hands right here, right now. And CM Punk viciously attacking MJF. Let's not forget, this past Monday night on Raw, CM Punk took on the WWE Champion Gunther in a non-title match, and now here tonight, he is beating the hell out of the World Champion MJF. CM Punk not dressed to wrestle, it does not matter though. Punk wants to send a message that it doesn't matter what title he's gunning for, he intends to be a champion. Oh, and the clothesline, didn't get all of it, but it was enough to knock the champion down nonetheless. This is the first time that we have seen MJF here on Universe Mode since he won the World Championship at Crown Jewel against Jay White, and CM Punk already signaling to Max it's not going to be a very long title reign. If CM Punk chooses MJF as the champion, he wants to go for and cash in that contract against MJF. Massive moonsault and a lot of bad blood between these two, a lot of history back on their days on Monday Night Raw in Season 2. Now both of them here on the blue brand, and MJF is on top. MJF now. Oh, and the powerbomb and the V-trigger to CM Punk. And it's no secret, CM Punk has had numerous title opportunities, has unfortunately failed every single one, but he is sending a message to MJF. He's got the briefcase. He won the Money in the Bank ladder match. MJF and CM Punk exchanging blows. You knew it was only going to be a matter of time before these two faced off again. Oh, and the low blow to Mr. Money in the Bank. This confrontation did not go the way that CM Punk had in mind. And now Max with the LeBell Lock on CM Punk as the World Heavyweight Champion stands tall on his Smackdown return, face to face with Mr. Money in the Bank CM Punk, sending a message saying, hey, you want to try to cash in that Money in the Bank contract against me? It's not going to be an easy night in the office. What a way to kick off SmackDown. CM Punk and MJF. Will CM Punk cash in on the World Heavyweight Championship, or he could cash in on the undisputed WWE Championship over on Monday Night Raw? CM Punk has a choice. He holds all the keys. It's just a matter of when and who CM Punk will go for. What a confrontation to kick off SmackDown. We are back here on Smackdown after that intense face-off between CM Punk and MJF, as it is for the 24/7 championship, our originally scheduled programming. Oh, wait just a minute. That can't be. There's no way he's here. Oh my goodness. Well, anyone can challenge for the 24/7 championship. That is D'Lo Brown, former member of the Nation of Domination, prominent in the Attitude Era. D'Lo Brown is back in WWE, making his Universe Mode debut here tonight on SmackDown. He's looking to challenge Jade Cargill for the 24/7 championship. I don't think anyone expected D'Lo Brown to be the one to challenge Jade here tonight. Can D'Lo Brown win the 24/7 championship in his Universe Mode debut? I mean, we saw on Monday Night Raw BDE become the United States champion in his Universe Mode debut on Monday. But here comes the reigning and defending 24/7 champion Jade Cargill. Only the second woman in Universe Mode history to win that 24/7 title. And obviously Jade Cargill retained that championship against Kit Wilson of Pretty Deadly over on Monday Night Raw, even with an attempted interference by Elton Prince. And obviously Jade Cargill beat Baron Corbin to win that championship. This is her second defense as 24/7 champion. The question is, D'Lo Brown is no slouch in a pro wrestling ring. Can Jade Cargill get the job done? That is the question that everyone is going to want answered. Well, this is our opening match on what has already been a chaotic episode here on SmackDown. The 24/7 championship is on the line in what is set to be an epic night here on SmackDown. Can D'Lo Brown be our next 24/7 champ? A match we never thought we would ever see. It's only right here on Universe Mode you would see intense, unique matches such as this. Jade Cargill once again defending that championship. This time against the legend in D'Lo Brown. And that is what it is all about, the 24/7 championship on the line. D'Lo Brown the challenger, Jade Cargill the champion. Who is going to walk out with that belt? We are about to find out. And of course, here tonight on SmackDown, it's all about number one contenders. That's what it is going to be. We're going to have number one contenders matches for the Intercontinental Championships for both the men and the women. We're also going to determine Jey Uso's next challenger for the Hardcore Championship. And Roman Reigns, we have been told, will also be making his Universe Mode return. He is set to address the fans about his future here on Universe Mode and what he might have planned. Rhea Ripley will be in action as well. She will take on Lyra Valkyria. It's going to be a very epic night here on SmackDown. So we are on the road to the third annual Universe Mode SummerSlam. Oh! D'Lo Brown, cheap shot to Jade Cargill. SummerSlam is coming up. Money in the Bank is in the books. So everyone's going to want to be on their A game if they want to make it to the SummerSlam pay-per-view card. And Jade Cargill holding her own. Look at this, a suplex to Brown. Throwing D'Lo as if he's just nothing, as if he's just dead weight. But D'Lo Brown, obviously, is going to need to take a step to the past if he wants any chance of winning that 24/7 championship here tonight. Never would have thought we would see D'Lo Brown in a Universe Mode ring, but anything is indeed possible. D'Lo, let's not forget, he can't win that championship by countout or disqualification. He needs to pin or submit Jade Cargill, which on paper would seem easy, but if you're actually in the ring with Jade, you got to be careful. Cover to retain and kick out at 2 by D'Lo Brown. Now Jade Cargill's got to be wondering what she has to do to put D'Lo away. It's not like she's in there with Kit Wilson again. Oh. And of course, huge shout out to Wolf Ferris of the Wolf Den Wrestling Podcast for booking this and every episode of Smackdown for the past 3 years. And now, D'Lo tried to roll up on Jade Cargill. Ooh, and a big leg drop there to Jade Cargill. D'Lo feeling fired up. He's probably just glad to be in there. Spine buster to Jade. And that looked devastating. I don't care what anybody says. And now D'Lo heading to the top. We could be moments away from crowning a new champion. No, went for the frog splash. Failed to connect. Oh, and D'Lo's right in position. Jade going for it. Into the Jaded. Jaded to D'Lo Brown. Middle of the ring. Jade Cargill. No. D'Lo kicks out. What a match we are witnessing here for the 24/7 championship. Fight forever chance by the fans in attendance. And I honestly wouldn't complain if these two did fight forever. But we got so much action still to come here on SmackDown. And Jade Cargill on the second rope. Ooh, bit of a clothesline there from the second rope. Very unique. And now Jade going for the powerbomb, connecting on D'Lo Brown. And again, it's going to be very interesting to see which one of these two come out on top. And now Jade Cargill into the... Oh, no. Failed to connect. And now D'Lo Brown. Nice counter there by Jade Cargill. And now has D'Lo into the corner. Ooh. D'Lo able to counter that, though. And a second spine buster. D'Lo choosing not to go for the cover, though. Don't know if that's exactly a wise decision. Oh, big power slam. And another leg drop. D'Lo looking like he hasn't missed a beat. Now, is he going to go for that frog splash once again? Jade's a little bit far. Frog splash connects. Crushing the ribs of Cargill. Do we have a new champion? D'Lo Brown has done it. D'Lo Brown has become our new 24/7 champion in Universe Mode. And I bet the fans of the Attitude Era are going to love that. What a development. D'Lo Brown has returned. And he's beaten Jade Cargill and is our new 24/7 champion. It looked like there was a chance that Jade Cargill would get an impressive win and once again retain the title. The Jaded to D'Lo Brown, but D'Lo not willing to lose that easily in his wrestling return. And Jade held her own, though, much to her credit. Thought she could have won this match, but D'Lo Brown found an unseen energy source, another spinning spine buster, and channeling his inner Hulk Hogan, the power slam into the leg drop, and then the wicked frog splash all the way across the ring, and that was enough for D'Lo Brown to get the win and become our new 24/7 champion.
And the new 24/7 champion, D'Lo Brown.
What a victory. D'Lo Brown is back in WWE, and he is our new 24/7 champion here on Universe Mode. How will D'Lo Brown's reign with the belt go? We're going to have to wait and see. But what a victory for D'Lo Brown here on Smackdown. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our first #1 contenders match of the night. It is to determine who it will face Jey Uso for the Hardcore Championship.
Making his way to the ring from Marieville, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 174 pounds, Speedy
As here comes the ever so impressive Speedball Mike Bailey. He's had a few appearances here on Universe Mode so far, and who could forget around a month or two ago when Speedball Mike Bailey had that epic match with Oba Femi to see who would become the #1 contender for the Hardcore Championship. Oba Femi would go on to win that match, but Speedball ever since has undergone a little bit of a change of attitude, especially since he failed to qualify for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. And now Speedball back to the goal of trying to take the Hardcore Championship away from main event Jey Uso. But here comes a man who's also been on fire over the last few months. Orange Cassidy making his way to the ring.
weighing in at 189 pounds, Smooth Operator.
And obviously Orange Cassidy, ever since moving over to SmackDown in the draft, he's had a huge months-long feud with Ludwig Kaiser, which culminated at Money in the Bank when he defeated Ludwig inside a steel cage. And now Orange Cassidy looking to move on to bigger and better things and get back to championship competition. And a lot of people believe that out of anyone on the SmackDown roster, maybe Orange Cassidy is the one that has what it takes to beat Jey Uso and become the Hardcore Champion. Jey Uso, over a year-long reign as Hardcore Champion, the longest championship reign in the history of Universe Mode, and either Speedball or Orange could be the ones to dethrone Jey, but only one of them can get this opportunity. Who will become #1 contender for the Hardcore Championship? And Speedball starting off with a big kick, and that is one way to get momentum in the start of a match. This is the unique offense of Speedball that I was talking about a few moments ago. And sure, Speedball, not a lot of wins here in his short Universe Mode career, but Speedball can easily turn things around if he manages to beat Orange tonight and become #1 contender for the Hardcore Championship. And it's been a while since we've seen Jey Uso, and it's been a while since he's put that title on the line, but you know, every time Jey Uso's in the ring, it is a big fight feel. And these two, huge opportunity for one of them, whoever wins this match. And you can see the, beautiful takedown there by Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy, a huge Universe Mode resume. He's a two-time 24/7 champion. Cover by Orange. Is this enough? Two-time 24/7 champion, not a former AEW International Champion all the way in Season 1. He's also a former Raw Tag Team Champion alongside Bryan Danielson, the tag team they had known as the Yes Men. Orange Cassidy moving on to singles competition once again, and so far he's been doing very good here on the blue brand, but he wants to have gold to prove it. The Speedball, he's been impressive on the Indies and on TNA, and now here in the bright lights of the WWE, looking to prove himself. But so is Orange Cassidy. A lot of people don't really take him seriously. He wrestles in sunglasses and jeans, and people believe he's become a mockery of the sport of pro wrestling. He's just a sports entertainer, but Orange Cassidy, every time he steps foot in between those ropes, he's able to prove it every single time, win, lose, or draw. And Cassidy having control of the arm of Speedball Mike Bailey. And Speedball's really going to need to find an energy source if he wants any chance to become #1 contender. Big shot to the gut there by Cassidy. And now, big kick there. That's one way to get momentum back. Try to go for the cover. Cassidy immediately kicking out. Jessica Carr took a little bit too much time to get into position for that count. But Speedball is in control, and that's all that matters. Speedball, no. Gotta go for something big there. Cassidy able to get out of that position. Now a suplex. And Cassidy's got to be thinking, what do I need to do? A bear hug of some sorts, but Speedball able to get out of it. Shining Wizard. Big strike. Lights could very well be out for Orange Cassidy. Now what does Speedball have in mind? Big spinning kick in the corner. We've seen this before. My God, double knees to the spine. Is this enough for Speedball? It is. Speedball Mike Bailey is the #1 contender for the Hardcore Championship. He will be the next in line to go after Jey Uso and the Hardcore Championship. We don't know if it'll happen at SummerSlam or if it will happen sometime in the near future. We're going to have to wait for the Smackdown general manager Wolf Ferris to make that official. But either way, Speedball, an impressive win here against Orange Cassidy. A huge opportunity ahead for this young man, Speedball Mike Bailey. Will he be the one to finally end the long Hardcore Championship reign of main event Jey Uso? Or will Speedball just become Jey Uso's next victim? We're going to have to wait and see. But what a victory for Speedball here on Smackdown. Well, we are back here on what has already been an epic night here on SmackDown, but now Mommy is back in the house. And Rhea Ripley is looking to rack up some wins in order to potentially get another opportunity at Mercedes Moné and that Women's World Championship.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Adelaide, Australia, Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley, four-time Raw Women's Champion, but ever since she won the Women's Elimination Chamber match and moved to SmackDown, things haven't really gone mommy's way. She failed to win the Women's World Championship against Mercedes Moné at WrestleMania. And of course, her last Universal Mode appearance, she failed to qualify for this year's Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, which was won by Raw's Io Sky. So Rhea Ripley knows that she needs to rack up a few wins if she wants to get her name back in title contention. Tonight, she goes one-on-one against Lyra Valkyria. And Rhea Ripley, she knows she needs this victory. Otherwise, it's back to the drawing board. As here comes Lyra Valkyria, another woman who has her eyes set on wanting to face Mercedes Moné and go for that women's championship. Ever so impressive Universe Mode competitor is Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria has been a part of so many big matchups and has been a part of many rivalries here on Universe Mode. Who could forget when she took part in the Women's War Games match back at Survivor Series. But this could be Lyra's biggest challenge yet, facing a four-time women's champion in Rhea Ripley. And you know, a victory for Lyra will definitely potentially put her next in line to face Mercedes Moné for that Women's World Championship. Could you imagine the upset if Lyra manages to defeat Rhea here tonight? No number one contenders match or anything like that in this match. This is just a test for both these ladies going one-on-one, first time ever here on Universe Mode. And Rhea Ripley, obviously, she's going to be intense. She's going to want to beat the holy hell out of Lyra Valkyria. But Rhea Ripley, oh, look at this. We're clawing almost on the sides of the face of Miss Lyra Valkyria. But Lyra fighting out of it. Very good defense there. And now Lyra knows she needs to keep her foot on the gas pedal. She wants any chance of beating a four-time women's champion in Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley, easily the most accomplished women's wrestler in our Universe Mode's history. Lyra Valkyria wants to get her name up on the bright lights cover. And a kick out by Ripley. It's going to take a lot more than that to put Rhea away. But Lyra, looking to pull off a miracle here tonight. And now Rhea Ripley, oh my God, knee right to the face. Break a nose or something, if you ask me. And now these two women, collar and elbow tie-up. And now, shot right to the face there by Rhea Ripley. And like we keep mentioning, Lyra Valkyria, this is a huge chance to prove herself. Big drop kick there. Every time Rhea Ripley is in that ring, she wants to decimate and dominate her opponents. Another cover by Rhea for the win. And obviously, Lyra not willing to go down that easily. And here we go. Look at Lyra Valkyria go. Lyra Valkyria knows how big of an opportunity this is to take down the best women's wrestler in Universe Mode history. At least the most accomplished in terms of championship reigns. Oh, big shot by Lyra. Can this be enough for the win? No, Rhea kicking out at 1 after that barrage. And the strikes and everything like that by Lyra Valkyria. She's doing well here. You gotta respect that from this young woman. Ooh. Now Rhea busted open from that turnbuckle. Now a beautiful counter into a DDT there by Mommy. And now this is Rhea's chance to get back in this match. After Lyra had all that momentum. Here comes Rhea. On the top into the frog splash, connecting. And now this is where Rhea usually puts the finishing touches. Going for the prism trap. And she's got it. Middle of the ring. Lyra's got nowhere to go. Will Lyra have to tap? She does. Rhea Ripley with a win. Here tonight on Smackdown. And you gotta think, oh, wait a minute, no. What the hell? Oh, Rhea Ripley stomping on Lyra. Stomping a mud hole on Valkyria. What the hell was that all about? Rhea Ripley stomping a mud hole on Lyra Valkyria. She already won the match. What the hell was all that about? What the hell did Lyra do? Well, I don't know what the hell that was all about. Rhea Ripley, we know she's frustrated. I mean, she lost at WrestleMania to Mercedes and she failed to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. But Rhea Ripley putting all that pent-up frustration out on her opponent tonight, Lyra Valkyria. And if I know anything about Lyra Valkyria, she is not going to let that slide. What will the future hold with these two women? I don't even know, but the show must go on. What a win for Rhea Ripley here tonight on SmackDown. Well, I don't know what the hell that attack by Rhea Ripley was all about, but we are set for tag team action here tonight on SmackDown as here come Fraxium. Set for action again.
On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 336 pounds, Axiom and Nathan Frazier. Fraxium!
And obviously, Fraxium have had a roller coaster few weeks here on Universe Mode. Obviously, a few weeks ago on SmackDown, they pinned the current World Tag Team Champions, the Authors of Pain. And then at Money in the Bank, they had an opportunity in that fatal four-way TLC match for the World Tag Team titles. Unfortunately, Fraxium were not able to get the victory in that match. AOP were able to retain the championships. But Fraxium are here, wanting a fight, wanting to once again climb up the ladder, climb up the ranks in the SmackDown Tag Team division. But the question is, who are Fraxium going to face here tonight? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, ho, ho.
At a combined weight of 515 pounds, Brutus and Julius, the Creed brothers.
It's been a long time since we've seen these two young men. Brutus and Julius, the Creed brothers, are back on SmackDown. These two men been in obscurity for the better part of a year. But let's not forget, when they were originally here on SmackDown, they were consistently on top of the SmackDown Tag Team division. They were #1 contenders for the SmackDown Tag Team titles on an occasion or two. Very nearly won those belts back when the Usos were the champions. And maybe Brutus and Julius looking to climb back to the ranks of the tag team division. I mean, this is not a number one contenders match. I know this has been the theme of tonight. Look at Axiom wanting to get a quick roll-up, get a quick victory for Fraxium. But obviously, the Creed brothers are back here on SmackDown. What a development. And their first match back is against Fraxium. This is going to be a very big test for Brutus and Julius, since Fraxium have had an incredible few weeks in terms of exposure and getting their names out there. Look at Nathan Frazier, beautiful moonsault there to Brutus Creed, who is the legal man. Ooh! Right to the neck. Nathan Frazier, in his early Universe Mode career, was number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship on an occasion or two. So these are two teams that really want to get their names back in title contention. Well, here we go. And these two men, time to prove what they've been up to. Ooh, beautiful takedown there by Julius Creed. And a lot of people say the Creeds, especially Julius in particular, have a very bright future here in WWE. It's time to see if those statements are indeed true. Obviously part of the American Made stable, led by Chad Gable. And Ivy Niles a part of it too. But Creed brothers going it by themselves tonight. This is their chance, their big return to prove themselves. But Fraxium are in control for the time being, as Nathan Frazier. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Julius able to counter that. And now this is the Creed's chance to potentially get back in this match and get a win in their return here to the blue brand. They were a part of Monday Night Raw last year, but they didn't really get a chance to prove themselves in the Raw Tag Team division. Oh, look at this. Frazier crawling, tagging in Axiom. But, ooh, Julius trying to go for a drop kick from the top, but missed Axiom completely there. And this man used to go by A-Kid back in NXT UK, and now his persona is Axiom. He's like a superhero when he steps foot in between those ropes. Frazier and Axiom bonded over in NXT, and now they are a dominant duo. Oh, muscle buster suplex. Oh, try to go for a high-risk maneuver himself, and now Julius Creed looking to take advantage. And you got to think the current World Tag Team Champions, AOP, have got to be watching this match, especially Paul Ellering, seeing how the SmackDown Tag Team division is evolving. Oh, super kick by Axiom to Brutus Creed. And now what does Axiom have in mind? Oh, what a maneuver there. Brutus might have no idea where he is. Axiom is so good. Axiom, a former 24/7 champion here in Universe Mode, back in Season 1. And now, tag to Nathan Frazier. And Axiom using Nathan as a weapon. Shoulder tackle to Brutus Creed. And now Nathan Frazier on the middle rope. Going for the axe handle, failed to connect. Bit of a botch there, and now, ooh, into a collision. Brutus really needs to go to the corner and try to make the tag to his brother Julius. Tag to Axiom once again. And this is the amazing tag team chemistry, poetry in motion in a sense. And now Axiom, cover on Brutus. Is this enough for the victory? Kick out at 2 by Brutus. What an episode of SmackDown this has been already. And now Axiom. Springboard drop kick. And Axiom is on fire, but he doesn't realize Brutus tagging in Julius. Julius Creed is now legal. Oh! Big shot to the gut. And Axiom going after Brutus as well, trying to go after both Creeds. I don't think he knows who's the legal man. He does now. Oh no! Axiom taking care of both men. He could take on two men all on his own. That's just how amazing of a pro wrestler Axiom is. And uh-oh. Oh, Julius doesn't want to be there. Into the Spanish fly to Julius Creed. Is this enough for the win? And Brutus was right there to break up the cover. Oh, are we going to see it though? Axiom gonna go for the golden ratio. This has got to be it. Cover, hook of the leg, and Fraxium get another big win here on Smackdown. What a victory for Nathan Frazier and Axiom. Well, the Creed brothers returned to SmackDown. Unfortunately, they were on the losing side of things once again. I mean, look at this double team by the Creeds early on in this match. But Fraxium were able to use their continued tag team chemistry. They get better and better by the week. They failed to win the World Tag Team titles at Money in the Bank, but maybe some point in the near future we could see these two become #1 contenders once again. And look at Axiom, the amazing performance. And this was where we knew that Fraxium were the definite winners in this match. Axiom had Julius Creed on the top. The beautiful Spanish fly connecting. And then there was only one move left to do. The golden ratio connecting. And that was enough for Fraxium to get the win. Huge victory for Fraxium here tonight on SmackDown. And now the question is, can these two potentially be next in line for another opportunity at the World Tag Team Champions AOP? We're going to have to wait and see, but what a victory for Fraxium here tonight on SmackDown. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on SmackDown as it is now time for the #1 contenders match.
The following contest
for the Intercontinental Championship.
Making his way to the ring from Bulgaria, weighing in at 304 pounds, Rusev.
And Rusev, this is a huge opportunity for him. The last time he had an opportunity at a championship was all the way back at Saturday night's main event when he had an opportunity against Jey Uso for the Hardcore Championship. Rusev wants to get back in championship contention. He wants to challenge Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental Championship. And Rusev, obviously the first ever European champion here on Universe Mode. He's also a former Raw Tag Team Champion with Butch as part of the Brawling Brutes. Butch obviously now going by his original name, Pete Dunne, as part of New Catch Republic. Can Rusev be our next challenger for the Intercontinental title? And here comes a man who debuted last week on Smackdown.
Weighing in at 220 pounds,
Kota Ibushi, the Golden Ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling, now finally here on Universe Mode on SmackDown Live. And Kota Ibushi, a very amazing performance in that Money in the Bank qualifying triple threat match with Konosuke Takeshita and Cody Rhodes. Unfortunately, Kota Ibushi wasn't able to qualify for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, but he had a great performance. And now in just his second match in his Universe Mode career, he has a chance to earn a Intercontinental Championship match against Kevin Owens. Could you imagine how big of a match that would be if Kota Ibushi faces Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental Championship? That would almost be a WrestleMania-worthy match, if you ask me. Can Kota Ibushi get the job done in this fatal four-way? But here comes a man who has shockingly never held a sanctioned Universe Mode Championship yet. The Punisher, Damian Priest.
weighing in at 249 pounds,
Damian Priest has had a bunch of opportunities for titles in the past, including both the World Heavyweight and WWE Championships in the past. Unfortunately, Damian Priest was not able to win either one. He's also had chances for the United Kingdom Championship as well. Damian Priest says he has evolved so much in his Universe Mode career. Can we potentially see Damian Priest as our next Intercontinental Champion here on Universe Mode? He is a former 24/7 champion, but Priest wants to win a sanctioned title. And here comes a man making his Universe Mode return here tonight to SmackDown.
And from Nutley, New Jersey, weighing in at 210 pounds,
Anthony Bowens, the former AEW Tag Team Champion, former member of the Acclaimed, returning to SmackDown as a singles competitor. That is because the Acclaimed were split up in this year's Universe Mode draft. Max Caster, a part of Monday Night Raw. Anthony Bowens remaining on SmackDown. And a huge opportunity for Bowens if he manages to become number one contender. But Rusev, Kota Ibushi, Damian Priest, or Anthony Bowens, who is next in line to challenge Kevin Owens for the IC title? We are going to find out. And here we go. These four men are wasting no time at all. Remember, first man who gains pinfall or submission will become the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship. It's going to be very interesting to see which one of these four men will get that opportunity. Damian Priest going after Rusev. Anthony Bowens. Oh, Ushi-Goroshi to Kota Ibushi. Hey, that rhymes. Oh, look at this tense face-off. Priest trying to get those strikes in on Bowens, but Anthony, this is a huge chance for Anthony Bowens. A huge upset it would be if Bowens is able to win this match. A lot of people believe, yeah, okay, Kota Ibushi, Damian Priest, and even Rusev, we know they would be believable challengers, but it would be a huge upset if Bowens manages to get the win in this fatal four-way match. Huge chance for Bowens to prove himself as a singles act, and Damian on the outside with the sledgehammer to Bowens. Rusev going to work on Kota Ibushi inside the ring, and now the Bulgarian Brute into the crossbody. Rusev, who used to go by his real name Nero in the early days of Universe Mode. And Ibushi, look at this! Suicide dive to Rusev. Kota Ibushi, the fact he's finally here on Universe Mode is amazing. Bowens, powerbomb the Priest on the floor. And Ibushi into the drop kick right at the back of Rusev. And now Ibushi, can he take advantage and become #1 contender? No. So Ibushi, his second match. So unfortunately an 0-1 record in his Universe Mode career so far, but he's got a lot of time to really prove himself. Ooh, big shot to Bowens on the outside as Priest waiting inside the ring. Remember, these guys can fight on the outside all they want, but you got to get pinfall or submission inside the ring under Fatal 4-Way rules. As now everyone getting back in the ring. Look at this. Bowens has Ibushi. Oh, Ibushi able to get out of that predicament. Damian Priest going to work on Rusev. Meanwhile, Ibushi has Bowens. Oh, face first into the turnbuckle. Anthony Bowens calling himself the pride of professional wrestling. Oh, and Damian Priest trying to use the sledgehammer again, but now Ibushi into the suplex. Ooh, and a nice takedown there by Rusev, taking advantage of the distraction. The in-ring IQ of Rusev, the only Bulgarian superstar here on Universe Mode. So he's got an entire country depending on him, and that is why Rusev fights the way he does. Oh, and now the sledgehammer coming back into effect on Kota Ibushi. And now Rusev. Oh my God. Kota's back, landing on the sledgehammer cover. And Bowen's able to break it up, getting back in the ring. And Anthony Bowen standing toe-to-toe with Rusev, but now Ibushi back in the mix. Now Priest straps her down. Bowens, the famous sort of Rusev, shades of his former manager Billy Gunn. Oh, wait a minute, Ibushi, look at everyone just going after everybody. They just want a piece of each other. They know how big of an opportunity this is. A chance at the Intercontinental title. Ibushi cover on Rusev, and Rusev able to kick out. Action going to be a little bit tougher to call. Ibushi. The knee of Damian Priest. Good night. And now suplex to Rusev. Ibushi cleaning house, but Bowens. Oh, the takedown. Can Bowens get the win to be the #1 contender? Damian Priest breaking it up. Machka kick to the back by Rusev. Rusev back in the fray, dragging the body of Damian Priest. But now here's Bowens again. Anthony Bowens wanting to prove himself as a singles talent. Priest, south of heaven to Bowens. But obviously Rusev and Ibushi both right there to break it up. And now Ibushi. Rusev on his shoulders. Taking him down. Now a shot right to the face of Anthony Bowens. Here comes Kota Ibushi. Ooh, wicked suplex. Ooh, shot right to Priest. The focus on display. Rusev obviously breaking up the cover. Massive suplex connects. Who could forget Monday Night Raw? Brock Lesnar made his Universe Mode return, attacking the WWE Champion Gunther and Mr. Money in the Bank CM Punk. Machka kick connects again by Rusev. Here we go. Will Rusev face Kevin Owens? No! Very close call for Rusev there. That was 2.99 before that cover was broken up. And now Rusev's going to be pissed off. He almost got the opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship. Priest. Oh, here we go. Has Rusev up. The Razor's Edge powerbomb. Cover. To be the #1 contender, and Kota Ibushi again. Ooh. Shot there by Bowens. Oh my God, Kota face first onto the apron. Priest going for the glam slam. No, thought he was going to connect the glam slam there, or I guess would be referred to as the Jaded currently, thanks to the now former 24/7 champion Jade Cargill. Oh my God, Damian Priest throwing the steps right at Rusev. This match is getting chaotic in a hurry. We're still going to crown a #1 contender for the Women's Intercontinental Championship after this match. And then Roman Reigns will address the fans. He returns to Universe Mode, the former 2-time World Heavyweight Champion. SummerSlam's coming up. Everyone, we said this earlier, everyone's going to want to be on their A game. The biggest party of the summer. Big Hurricane Rana there by Kota Ibushi. Rusev trying to throw the kendo stick, failed. And look at Rusev, the domination. One of the all-time greats here on Universe Mode, especially in the early days. How dominant he was. And now Ibushi and Rusev back in the ring. And now Kota gonna go to work. Look at this, suplex connects. And Kota realizing everyone can be distracted. Here's the cover for the win. Almost got it. Damian getting involved. And now again with the big knee strike. Cover again. And Anthony Bowens. Oh, Rusev. East River crossing. Priest back to his feet. Great recovery time. Big shot to the face. Kota with the kendo stick in hand. Damian Priest focusing his attention. Oh my God! What the hell was that? Kota with a big shot. Cover. Hug of the leg. And no, near fall. That was the best opportunity for Kota Ibushi. And now Kota showcasing his striking ability to Priest. Now with a single leg Boston Crab. Damian could tap. Kota could do it. No, fights out of it. Big headbutt there by Rusev. And Bowens is there too. The takedown again. Bowens is alone. Can this be enough? No. Machka kick failed. Rusev tried to go for the Machka kick again. All four talents now back in the ring. Cover again by Ibushi, and Bowens breaking it up again. Fatal four-way matches. Oh! A Pele kick of sorts by Ibushi. Here we go. Phoenix Splash. Oh, but Rusev, all that for nothing. Oh, here we go. Rusev, Alabama Slam. Into the Accolade. The Accolade is in. On Ibushi. No. Ibushi refusing to tap. That was so close for the Bulgarian. Freak accident. Gonna go for the cover again, but Priest and Bowens were both right there to break up the cover. What a match between these four talents. All four of these men giving everything they got. There's even a bit of blood on the canvas if you look closely. They know how big of an opportunity this is. Kevin Owens has got to be watching this, gritting his teeth, because one of these four men is going to be their next challenger. Cover on Rusev. No, Damian Priest. Near fall. And now Bowens trying to get momentum back on his side in this four-way match. What does Anthony Bowens have in mind? Blockbuster. Cover. Realizing everyone's distracted. Is this enough? Anthony Bowens did it. Anthony Bowens did it. Anthony Bowens is the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. He will face Kevin Owens. Anthony Bowens, his first match back on Universe Mode as a singles competitor, and he wins this massive, fatal four-way match with three of the most talented professional wrestlers in the planet today. Look at this. Incredible blockbuster to Damian Priest. It was so close for all four of these men. Numerous close calls. But Anthony Bowens, it was all about the right place at the right time. And Anthony Bowens, to the surprise of absolutely everybody, is going to be the next man to challenge Kevin Owens. The blockbuster connecting beautifully to Priest. Ibushi was preoccupied with Rusev, couldn't get in the ring in time, and Bowens has done it. Blood all over the face and chest. Anthony Bowens, it was all worth it because he has the chance to be our next Intercontinental Champion here on Universe Mode. What a victory for Anthony Bowens here on Smackdown. And the question is, what is going to happen when he inevitably faces Kevin Owens with that IC title on the line? What a victory for Bowens here on Smackdown. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is our last match of the evening. It is the #1 contenders match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Here comes Sol Ruca.
Making her way to the ring from Honolulu, Hawaii,
Sol Ruca, so impressive in the ring here on Universe Mode. And here's the thing, Sol Ruca, as impressive as she is yet to get a massive opportunity at gold here on Universe Mode. That can change tonight if she manages to win this triple threat match to see who will be next in line to face Fallon Henley for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Sol Ruca, massive chance. And here comes a woman who's a former Women's United States champion here on Universe Mode. Dakota Kai is here, ready for this golden opportunity.
Representing Damage Control from Auckland, New Zealand, Dakota Kai.
And Dakota Kai, if she manages to win this triple threat match and beat Fallon Henley, she will be the first woman in Universe Mode history to win both the Women's Intercontinental and Women's United States Championships in Universe Mode history, something no other woman has ever done. And Dakota Kai, she just wants to get back in championship contention, prove that she is one of the most underrated women's talents in wrestling today. And here comes Cora Jade. And this woman has big plans. And of course, Cora Jade, who could forget? When she was part of that women's War Games match. But she has a huge chance to get a Women's Intercontinental Championship opportunity. Let's not forget when Cora Jade was the #1 contender for the Women's World Championship. Obviously, she faced Mercedes Moné, wasn't able to get the victory, but here we go. Sol Ruca, Dakota Kai, or Cora Jade. Who will face Fallon Henley next for the Women's Intercontinental Championship? And like I said, Sol Ruca, she is really the dark horse, even though she is probably the best out of these three in terms of in-ring competition. Look at this by Dakota Kai, trying to roll through early on, get a quick night in the office. And of course, coming up next, the former World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns will be here to address the fans about his future. Covered by Sol Ruca. Oh, big super kick by Cora Jade. And these three women, a lot to prove here on the blue brand. Sol Ruca's never really had a big opportunity. Cora Jade's kind of been in obscurity. And of course, Dakota Kai looking to make history. Sol Ruca, she could attack you from all angles. A lot of high-flying maneuvers and acrobats like that. The Poison Rana. And now Dakota Kai. Ooh, big clothesline there to Sol Ruca. Big shots of the kendo stick there by Cora Jade. Obviously, triple threat rules, no disqualifications, no countouts. And now Captain Kick, Dakota Kai. Nice shots there. Now the cover. I don't know why the referee took a little bit. Maybe he got a bit of that striking exchange. Now Sol Ruca back in the mix. First woman who gains pinfall or submission will be #1 contender. Cora Jade would love for that to be her. She's had a lot of history with Fallon Henley back down in NXT. But same with Sol Ruca. Ooh, big shots. And now Sol into the moonsault to Cora Jade. Is this enough? Cover. And the last time we saw Cora Jade here on Universe Mode, she was going one-on-one with the #1 contender for the Women's World Championship at the time, Stephanie Vaquer. Suffered an unfortunate defeat there, and now will Cora try to roll up Dakota? Failed to do that.
Your man is calling.
As we apologize for the interruption there, we are back here on Smackdown. This is our final match of the evening, the number one contenders triple threat match to see who will face Fallon Henley for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Cora Jade, Dakota Kai, and Sol Ruka competing in this triple threat match. Right now, Dakota Kai, former Women's United States Champions, in control of Sol Ruka. Cora Jade able to break that up. Ooh, big senton there, as Sol Ruka was trying to get back to her feet. And Dakota Kai looking to be the first woman in Universal Mode history to hold both Women's US and Women's IC Championships. Sol Ruka looking for her big first championship opportunity. Cora Jade looking to get back in potential championship competition. Big Salida del Sol to Dakota Kai. And now has Dakota... Sol Ruka up, takes her down. And now, all alone, probably thinking butterfly DDT. Dakota Kai able to counter. And now rolls through on Cora Jade. Is this enough? No. Big kick out there by Cora Jade. Dakota Kai, former member of Damage Control. She could be going for that GTK. No. Cora Jade able to get out of it. What a triple threat match this has been so far. And now Dakota taking down... Sol Ruka. Fuck. Why do I keep saying Dakota? Now, big drop kick there by Sol Ruka. Throwing the steel chair right to Dakota Kai. And Sol Ruka on the apron. Here we go. Big clothesline to Dakota Kai. And now Cora Jade back in the mix. Trying to get control back on her side in this match. But Sol Ruka is just so focused in that ring. Monkey flip now. Uh-oh. In the drop zone into the elbow. Dakota Kai with the sledgehammer from behind. And now, can this be enough to be number one contender? And a kick out by Sol. Dakota Kai so focused now that she is back on the blue brand. Going for that submission hold. Has it locked in. Will Sol have to tap? Cora Jade now finally able to break it up. Senton to Dakota again. Cora Jade's been told throughout her entire career, you are not good enough. You can't do this. You can't do that. Cover. Almost became number one contender right there. Let's not forget Survivor Series War Games. Her team had the advantage in the Women's War Games match before the match, and then during the match, for some reason, Team Lyra had the advantage. Look at this. Oh, GTK to Dakota Kai. Stealing Dakota's own move. Oh, and the powerbomb by Sol. Is this enough? Stacks are up. No, so close. Sol Ruka almost became number one contender for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Had the kendo stick. Ooh, Dakota lands on her feet. And now all three of these ladies going at each other. That's how big of an opportunity this is. Dakota now all alone with Cora Jade. Oh, now grabbing the kendo right to the head. Could be night time. Is she gonna go for that big maneuver again? Oh, went for the Insecurity, or a Shining Wizard of sorts. Now into the butterfly DDT. Into the cover. But Sol right there to break up the cover. No. Takedown there. Now is she going to go for it on Sol Ruka? Oh, wait a minute. Cora heading to the top. Whoa, went for the drop kick, failed to connect. And now Sol Ruka Oh, face buster. And now Dakota has Soul into the corner, realizing she doesn't need weapons. All she needs is her feet. Boom! Big shot by Miss Dakota Kai. And now the kendo right to the head. And now can Dakota Kai do it this time to be #1 contender? And Cora at the last minute going for the drop kick. And now Dakota all over this match. Oh, chiropractor. Now turns her attention to Sol Ruka into the Hurricane Rana. And now an elbow to Cora Jade. What a match. What a night. The Smackdown after Money in the Bank. This is all about #1 contenders. Is she going to hit it this time? GTK to Cora Jade. This could be it. Dakota Kai, the face Fallon Henley, no. Sol Ruka. And the suplex connects. And now Cora Jade. Oh, crossbody. And now Sol Ruka. Knowing Cora could be weak. Hug of the leg. Sol Ruka's done it. Sol Ruka is #1 contender for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. What a victory for Sol Ruka. She's needed this win, but all three of these women were going at each other from all angles. Look at this by Sol Ruka, an amazing moonsault connecting on Cora Jade. There were close calls for all three of these women to become #1 contender. But Sol Ruka, we said this about Anthony Bowens earlier on tonight. It was all about the right place at the right time. And Sol Ruka managed to get that chance. Cover on Cora Jade. Dakota was on the outside. Sol Ruka with the win. Sol Ruka has done it. She is the next in line to face Fallon Henley for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. An NXT rivalry reignited here on Universe Mode. And can Sol Ruka be only the 4th woman in Universe Mode history to call herself Women's Intercontinental Champion? We are going to wait to find out, but what a win for Sol Ruka here on Smackdown. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here is the OTC Roman Reigns, the former world champion. We haven't seen him since he lost the championship at Backlash. What does Roman have to say about his future? I know it's been a while since I've been here on Universe Mode, but the Tribal Chief only fights when the fight is big. SummerSlam is around the corner. And I know MJF has the title that used to be mine. And I want that championship back. And I want to be the first ever 3-time World Heavy... Wait a minute. Hangman Adam Page. Roman, I am sick and tired of you always getting the opportunities when you don't even fight to earn them. I've been here on SmackDown since day one, and I have yet to get my big opportunity. I want to be the next World Heavyweight Champion, and if I got to go through you to get it, so be it. No! Oh, Roman Reigns. We saw this with MJF and CM Punk earlier tonight. And we're going to get a brawl on our hands. Hangman Page stepping up to the OTC. Roman Reigns saying he wants the World Heavyweight Championship. Hangman wants it as well. And these two men are beating the hell out of each other. MJF, as if he doesn't have enough problems, he got confronted by CM Punk, Mr. Money in the Bank earlier tonight. And now both Roman Reigns and Hangman Adam Page are fighting about who is getting the next opportunity at that world title. And Roman Reigns taking down Page. The OTC doesn't bow down to anybody and doesn't back down from a fight. We haven't seen Roman since he lost that title at Backlash to Switchblade Jay White. And Roman wanting to teach Hangman a lesson. You do not question the tribal chief. The three-time world champion. Obviously, one-time undisputed champion, two-time world champion. And Roman Reigns beating down Hangman Adam Page, sending a message to not only Hangman, but also MJF. Roman Reigns is back, and he wants an opportunity. But what about Hangman? Hangman wants a chance at the gold as well. What is the future of the World Heavyweight Championship picture? We're going to have to wait and see for what Wolf Ferris's response will be to all this. Ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude episode 34 of Season 3 of Smackdown in our WWE 2K25 Universe mode. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn post notifications on so that way you never miss an upload. Thank you so much to Wolf Ferris for booking this and every single Smackdown that we have ever done in our Universe Mode series. And be sure to subscribe to the Wolf Den Wrestling Podcast to see what Wolf is up to. And ladies and gentlemen, until next time, this has been your boy Willie Alexander of Will's Wrestling Corner. I will see you in the next video. Be good people.